Everyone, today I'm gonna talk about a crucial topic, which is domestic violence. So, what is domestic violence? Short summary. That's what we are gonna know today. So, domestic violence is any pattern of abusive behavior that occurs in any relationship that is used by one partner to gain control and power over the other person or the other partner. So domestic violence can also be physical, sexual, emotional, economic, or psychological actions or threats of actions that may influence the other person. So actually, it's primary and important to remember that domestic violence is not just physical, but any kind of behavior that tries to gain control and power over the victim. Okay, so actually, often women, children, and the elderly are the soft targets of domestic violence. Basically, that kind of violence can occur to people from all walks of life. And it's also subjected it also sorry domestic violence also subjects towards maybe a partner, a spouse, or any family member. So domestic violence can actually lead to a number of deaths. It can have dire consequences. It can lead to serious consequences and ramifications. So there are many reasons, lots of reasons for domestic violence, such as psychological disorders, substance use, and also struggling with anger management. Other reasons such as low self-esteem and insecurity. Domestic violence can also happen due to the male dominance and the male-dominated society that thinks women should be subjected to men and obey them in everything they say. So, but most of the time, domestic violence happens due to it's because the perpetrator or the abuser is psychotic, or maybe they require psychological counseling. Also, as I said, domestic violence can have ill effects and dire consequences, which depend on the kind of violence happening. So, as I said, domestic violence can range from emotional to physical to sexual and also economic. So, firstly, I'm gonna mention the first kind of domestic violence, which is physical violence. So, physical domestic violence can include slapping, hitting, punching, choking, and that kind of violence is really awful and terrible. It can endanger the victim's life. So, also, we are gonna mention the second kind, which is emotional abuse or emotional violence. So, emotional abuse can include criticizing and intimidating the victim. Also, we can consider name calling and criticism as name calling and criticism count as emotional abuse. Okay, so the perpetrator also ignores the medical care for the victim and never cares for them. Moreover, the third kind of domestic violence is the sexual abuse or sexual violence. So, and it happens when the perpetrator, depends on sexual force. Depends on force for for unwanted sexual activity, and that's what makes it seem like sexual abuse. So if your partner does not consent to such sexual activity, so it's called sexual abuse. So also we move to the last abuse, which is economic abuse. So it happens when the abuser or the perpetrator, tries to control the victim, and financially, by preventing them from spending money or buying the things that they want. So that's considered an economic abuse. Okay. Furthermore, domestic violence can have serious outcomes and dire consequences and ramifications. It can lead to it can lead to negative health outcomes, such as a heart and lung disease, also chronic pain, cancer, diabetes, and also gynecological problems. So that's it, and thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.